Okay, so for page 10, number 13, this is what is given. They give you a squared equals 2a minus 9 squared. And they tell you that a could equal, these are sets, like this and this. So for this question, they want to know which one can work. Which of the following include all possible values of a? Okay, so we're going to start with a because, and remember, a could equal -9, but it could also equal -3. So we're going to take this one first, and we're going to plug it in for a. So it's going to be -9 squared equals 2 times -9 minus 9 squared. So that's going to be 81. And remember, you cannot use your calculators here. So this is -18 minus 9, which is going to be some number in the -20s. But when you square it, it's going to be way too big, because if you know that this number is from a 9 squared, this number that's greater than 9 is not going to be equal to 81. So anything that has a -9 does not work. So that doesn't work, and I could also cross out B. Okay? So we're going to go next to a equals -3 and 9. So again, take this number right here and plug it in. Okay? -3 squared equals 2 times -3 minus 9 squared. So this is going to be 9 equals, and then 2 times -3 is -6 minus 9, which is going to be some really big number like -15, and then when you square it, it's going to be a positive big number, and that's not going to work. Okay, so now I don't need to even plug these numbers in because I solved this through process of elimination. The only one that I have out ready to be circled is D, and I think that you need to just trust that you did the math here correctly, and D is the answer. On the teach back, you will not have to prove why D is the answer. If you just use process of elimination, that is enough for me. Okay, next here. All right, so when we look at this side is going to always equal this side. So they want to find the one where any of these numbers go in there, it'll work out. When I just take this and I distribute it, this is going to be ax squared. Here's going to be plus 5ax, and then this is going to be plus 2x, and then here's going to be plus 10. Okay? Actually, minus 10. The minus 10. So we already see that the minus 10 is there. Honestly, you could just ignore that then, because if it's the same on each side, we just need to worry about this number here. Okay? Let's start with this a, because they're saying a is a specific number. And you could just look at this. There's only one number on each of these sides that have an x squared. This x squared right here, if there's an x squared here and an x squared here, and this side needs to equal this side, we already know that a equals 2. So right then, what you can do is you could eliminate b and d, because a has to equal 2. Okay, so again, if you're wondering how, x squared is here and x squared is here. If 2 is already here and they're saying this number has to be the same as on this side, it's 2. So it's either A or C. Cross out B or D, because A is supposed to equal 2. That's not 2. A is supposed to equal 2. So now what we have to do is we need to try out our K. Okay? So when we put our K in here, it needs to also work out. So I'm just going to rewrite it. So it's going to be 2x. I'm putting my A is 2 right there. 2x plus 2, x minus 5. Equals 2x squared minus, and then k is right over here. By the way, I'm going to keep the -10 here because I crossed it out earlier. 2x squared minus, and k is now 2x minus 10. Okay, so let's see if this works out. That's going to be 2x squared. This time this is going to be -10x. Okay, and then 2 times x is going to be plus 2x. And then this times is going to be -10x. So our 2's are good, our -10 is good, but look here, this ends up being -8, and on this side, it's that. So if everything else matches up, but these do not, they cannot be equal, and we need to find the one that is equal. So we know putting k equals 2 does not work out, therefore this has to be the answer. And we use process of elimination.